Should we tell the story of running into Barbara and her current
Oh my God.
in
We
Malibu?
should. That's the funniest thing ever.
So it must have been 2016 because that's when like left and right both were in love with you and you're on the cover of Vanity Fair and we were out at the Vanity Fair Oscars party, I guess. And we went to, who was hosting the party?
It was
Streisand?
Ron Myers.
Oh, Ron Myers was hosting the party. So we go to the party and you're the belle of the ball. Like everyone's reporting whether or not you walked in with security. People thought I was security. So
That was ridiculous.
Yeah. She walked in like she was all that security. Meanwhile, it was me.
It was
just
you.
in a blazer.
That's right. I'm like,
And,
hello, that's my husband.
It was that same reporter. I don't want to mention her name. She gets everything wrong. But you're talking to Streisand and, you know, she had questions for you about politics and you guys were going back and forth. And I'm talking to this guy who I was like, he was super nice. And we were just chit-chatting about whatever. No idea who he was or whatever. And we weren't really talking about anything to do with the party. It was, he seemed to know Malibu a little bit. So he's pointing out some things. But I was sort of like getting a little antsy, like, when is she going to finish up with Barbara so I can, like go get a drink at the bar and we can move on from here. And I'm being polite. And so you guys do finally finish up.
He looked a bit disheveled.
He looked very disheveled. I didn't really want to say this part of the story, but I was like, my God, he seems like sort of like a homeless guy who straggled in here. And then you guys finally finished. We get to the bar. I'm like, how was that? I'm like, my God, I was like talking with this guy forever. And you're like, what do you mean, what guy? I'm like, that guy. And you're like,
that's James Brolin.
It was Brolin. It was her husband, who I didn't recognize, who was a wonderful actor. And but I was more familiar, my age, I was more familiar with his son, Josh Brolin, who's also a great actor.
Crazy. Doug's like, I got stuck talking to some homeless guy for like 15 minutes. I'm like, that's James Brolin. He's like, well, he was really nice, but I'm just...